Hello everybody, Network Wizkid here, and in this video we're going to take a look at Microsoft and the way that they work with two-factor authentication. More specifically looking at their multi-factor authentication system, how their app works, how the integration works with cloud-based applications, more specifically looking at Microsoft in particular. And this is purely because of a few requests that have come in from some of my, well, hopefully subscribers on my channel, requesting me to do videos covering Microsoft and their two-factor authentication methods. So this is one of many videos that's going to take a look at Microsoft and how multi-factor authentication works with them. And to start off, what we're going to do here is I have a demo account which is going to require me to enroll for two-factor authentication. So we're going to do just that, and we're going to do that using the Microsoft's authentication app. So we first start off by signing into the account, and you can see now that my organization requires that I set up the following methods to prove who I am. So multi-factor authentication, as covered on my channel already in various detail, is essentially a way of saying yes, we know it's you. So a password is what you know, and the second factor is who you are, essentially. So it's just a way of authenticating with that second factor, essentially. So once we have got to this stage, we need to enroll. So we can Microsoft obviously recommends to use their Microsoft Authentication app or Authenticator app, and you can download that or simply just go to your app store on whatever device you're using and type in Microsoft Authenticator and then download that, and then you can proceed with the next steps. However, it does have a little bit sentence here that says if you choose to use a different authenticator app, then we can click here. So if I was just to click that, it assumes that we've already got our Authenticator app already downloaded on our mobile device, and then we click next. And then essentially what we'd do with the next step is either scan the QR code, or if we can't scan the QR code, then what we would do is we would add the following details manually on that authentication app. So we could theoretically use an app like Duo to provide that secondary factor authentication if we wanted to, but what we're going to do is we're going to stick with the Microsoft Authenticator in this case, because we've covered quite a bit now with Duo. So assuming we're sticking with Microsoft, we will just press next to continue, and then again it assumes that we've set up our app. So we'll press next on that, and similarly what we get is the option to scan the QR code. So what we're going to do now is I'll just get up my phone. So we have our phone open, and we can see we've got the Authenticator app here. So if we just click on this, let's just go to agree, and what we want to do is in this case we're just going to sign in with the QR code. So what we'll do is we'll accept that because we want to be able to scan that QR code, and then what we'll do now is if we just move that across there you go, you can see it scanned straight away, and it's just asking us now on this Apple device if we would like the Authenticator to be able to send us notifications. I'll allow that, and there you go. So you can see now that our account for our two-factor authentication has successfully been configured on our mobile device. So if we press next now, again you can see what it's asking us now for, just to verify that that's worked, is asking if we are signing into, in my case, the network Wizkid cloud with the email address, and if that is me, then I will go ahead and approve that, and in this case it is, so I will approve that, and that's approved. And that's pretty much it in terms of using the Microsoft Authentication app and enrolling a device using the Microsoft Authenticator app as well. So very straightforward, like similar applications and multi-factor authentication vendors out there, such as Duo. As we go through these videos, we'll look at how granular we can actually get with the Microsoft Authenticator app and what applications it can protect. Can it protect applications outside of Microsoft? Can it protect on-premise applications? Can we protect or can we require two-factor authentication for a group of users, or do we have to authenticate every single user in, let's say, the Azure Active Directory domain? How does all that work? So hopefully in upcoming videos we can take a look in more detail on how that works. But again, this was a very straightforward video just showing you the enrollment process and using the Microsoft Authenticator app. Now when you do press next, method 2 of 2 is the phone. So essentially what this is doing is giving us an additional way of being able to prove who we are by allowing Microsoft to send us a text message with a code to your phone, which is not the securest way of doing multi-factor authentication. So if you wanted to do this, you would then just simply select your country where you reside or where your phone number is registered, and enter your phone number and then text me a code to continue. In this case, you can probably see at the top of my Apple device there, I have no SIM card in there, so I'm not going to be able to receive a text message on my demo phone. So I won't be able to kind of show you this process. But again, what would happen is very similar to the enrollment of the application itself. We'd essentially put our phone number in there, and then we would get a text message where we probably have to confirm by entering that code that we received in order to complete that side of the setup. Now if I select this bit here, I want to set up a different method. Let's see what it says. So we actually get an option to use either phone or email. So if I just select phone first, let's see what happens. Okay, so I guess phone is this part, so it's not going to take us to anything different. So if I select email, okay, so I could actually, instead of the phone, I could select an email that I want to receive an authentication, a one-time passcode to. So if I just set up an email address there. Okay, so now it's telling me we just sent a code to my email address. So if I just quickly refresh my other device here, I can see now that I've got an authentication code that's been sent. So I'll just enter that here and then press next, and there we go. You can see that our enrollment is now successfully completed. So we now have two ways to pretty much use secondary factor authentication with Microsoft in this case. So we've got the Microsoft Authentication app called Microsoft Authenticator, and then we also have email as the secondary method as well. Now again, I don't really think email is one of the securest methods of doing things, and I know Duo do not offer that as a two-factor authentication method either, because of that very reason. But nevertheless, we've been able to do it here with Microsoft, so if that is something that you wanted to use for whatever reason, then do bear in mind that that is indeed possible in this case. So stick with me, and I hope you enjoy the upcoming videos as well as this video. And if there's anything in particular that you do want to see around Microsoft's Authenticator app, or the multi-factor authentication side of things in particular, do reach out, let me know, and I will do my best to deliver that content as well.